What's good, guys? This video is all about competition on Amazon. And I'm going to first explain what competition is on Amazon. And then secondly, I'm going to walk you through 3 exact steps that you can use to analyze competition on Amazon and see if it's too competitive or if it's not too competitive and you can enter and start making sales. So the first thing that we need to do is define exactly what is competition on Amazon. Competition on Amazon is 99% about quantity of reviews, specifically the quantity of reviews that other sellers have that are selling the product that you're looking at potentially selling. So if you're looking at a product market, and you're analyzing the other sellers that are selling it and looking at their reviews, if they have a lot of reviews, that means that product market is competitive. The reason for that is because reviews are a huge driver of sales. Because when a customer searches for a product and all the different options pop up, the first thing that they're using to start to analyze and decide which one of those they're going to buy is the quantity of reviews that each seller has. And then second to that, the quality of those reviews, whether or not they're 1 star or 5 stars. And just a quick note here, as I've been talking with a lot of you here on YouTube and also on my Instagram, I've noticed that a lot of you are focusing on and asking me about the number of sellers. And the truth is that doesn't really matter, and I'm going to show you why. So now let's jump into the 3 steps that you need to follow to analyze competition. Step number 1 is you figuring out, if you were to launch this product right now, how many reviews would you be able to get on your product? That's step number 1. If you're about to launch a product, how many reviews are you going to get on it? And you need to be very, very honest about this. Don't embellish these numbers at all. That's only going to really hurt you when you launch the product. So be very honest about how many reviews you can get right when you launch your product. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, because tomorrow I'm dropping a video about my review strategy when I launch a product, i.e. how to get reviews on a listing. Step number 2, you need to go find proof in the data that at the quantity of reviews that you've decided you're going to be able to get when you launch your product, you need to go in the data, find proof that at that quantity of reviews, you'll be able to achieve a high number of sales. And by proof, I mean other sellers with a similar amount of reviews already capturing a high amount of sales. You need to find that correlation. And then step number 3, find that proof again. Meaning, don't just find it one time. One seller with a low number of reviews and a high number of sales isn't proof enough. You need to see multiple sellers with around whatever your review quantity is that are making a high amount of sales. And multiple sellers. I look for 3 to 7. If I can find a product that where 3 to 7 sellers have my amount of reviews that I'm going to get when I launch my product and are making a high amount of sales, that's a product with the exact level of competition that I'm looking for. It's not too competitive, but there's already a little bit of competition. There's already some competition there, and that's a good thing. If you've listened to me in my other videos, that's a good thing, because that's proving to us that this product has demand. There's demand for the product. And then these sellers, if we find what we're looking for here, are also proving to us that at a low number of reviews, or whatever number of reviews you can come up with, that at that number you can capture a really high amount of sales. High amount of sales, define that for you. And what I look for, over 1,000 is, I'm like, yeah, that's a high amount of sales. But I'm also, I don't overlook 500 and up. Under 500 is a little bit lower-ish to me. You can still, depending on the profit margin, with 300 units or so, make a good amount of money. But as far as like my research goes and what I'm looking for, my criteria, I'm looking for products that with, my quantity of reviews, a low number of reviews, I can capture high hundreds or 1,000 and up of sales. And again, one thing to look out for when you're looking for your proof is seeing just one seller that has a low amount of reviews with a high amount of sales. Because if there's only one, or even if there's only 2, they could have been doing big giveaways, or maybe they're running PPC at a loss, maybe at a big loss, or maybe they've dropped their price point super, super low and are lowballing and don't have a margin there anymore. And those might be the reasons why you see them with a lot of sales. So again, that's why it's important to see 3 to 7 sellers, because that should provide legitimate proof that you can capture a high amount of sales with low reviews without any additional whatever going on. All right, let's walk through a couple examples now. And we're going to assume that 20 reviews is the number of reviews that we're going to be able to get on our listing pretty much right when we launch it. And I feel like that's a pretty reasonable number. I feel like pretty much anybody should be able to come up with 20 reviews. You could hustle just friends and family, or even hustle some strangers, to get those 20. So I feel like 20 is super achievable. And again, tomorrow dropping a video on my review strategy, how to get reviews on your listing. So make sure and enable notifications so you don't miss that one. All right, so with those 20 reviews in mind, let's jump over to an example. And this first one is going to be an example of a product that is too competitive. With our 20 reviews, we wouldn't really be able to capture a high amount of sales. So I'm gonna shrink myself down here, and right here I've already got the data pulled up and I've already sorted the sales column high to low. That's something I like to do. You just click on sales right here, it sorts it for you from high to low or low to high. I like to sort it high to low so that way I can jump over to the reviews column and get like a really good idea of the ratio that's happening here. So with my 20 reviews in mind, I'm looking at the reviews column and the sales column and seeing, okay, sellers with roughly 20 reviews, how many sales are they capturing? So right here, let's just look at all the sellers that are capturing over 1,000 sales. It's this guy and up. If we jump over to the reviews, it looks like it requires 100 plus reviews, well over 100 reviews to be capturing over 1,000 sales for this product. Now if we come down a little bit more, we see that those numbers start to drop. And as we go down further and further, they drop even lower. Okay, so now let's take those. So we can basically rule out 1,000 sales or more on this product unless you're capable of getting 100 reviews or more right when you launch a product. If that's the case, I'd love to talk to you, but that's probably not the case. But if it is, I'd love to talk to you about that. So we're going to rule out being able to capture 1,000 sales and up, right? So 37 is the next one, 111, okay, 26, that's still a little bit above, but that's similar to the amount of reviews that we're going to get. So how many sales are they capturing? Almost 400, not bad. That's, a little lower. Like I said, I like to look for a bit higher than that as far as sales volume, but you can still make good money if the profit margin is good at 400 sales. So there's that one. Let's jump down to, this one has 10. All right, so we're getting into some lower review quantities here. And we're also getting into quite a bit lower quantities of sales. So with 10 reviews, he's capturing 247. With three reviews, capturing 218. 21 reviews, 216. 33, 195. 5, 179. 9, 136. All right, hopefully you guys see how this is working. So what I would do is I would say, okay, my number is 20 reviews. That I'd get on my listing when I launch it. So according to this data right here, how many sales would those 20 reviews get me? And according to the data, I would say probably 2 to 400 seems reasonable. And this guy has 26, so maybe I'd need, there's a decent gap right here, right? 400 and 250. So maybe 20 gets me closer to this guy, or maybe 20 is still keeping me below 300. That seems to be where the difference kind of is there. So yeah, I'd say with 20 reviews on this product, you'd be looking at anywhere from 200 to 400 reviews. So yeah, with this product, if you get 20 reviews when you launch it, I would say you're looking at 2 to 400 sales. 400 being pretty generous, like probably not going to happen just because that guy's at 26 and he's not quite at 400, and then this guy's at 10 with 247. So, but somewhere in there, if you got 20, I'm guessing you're 250 to 350 is probably what I would say. All right, now we're going to jump over to a new example, and this is an example of a good one. This is if you launch this product with 20 reviews, you would be able to capture a really good amount of sales. So I've already sorted it from high to low, and now we can just start to look at the reviews column. As you can see, there's a lot more demand for this product. It's a lot bigger pie than the other product that we were looking at. But exactly the same process. We come over here and we look at, okay, how many reviews is it taking to capture these high amounts of sales, and will our 20 reviews be able to capture a high amount of sales for us? So let's analyze it. This guy has 7, this guy has 14, 28, and these are all 1,000 and up or 2,000 and up. So this guy had 28, this guy has 10, 18, 0, and at 0 right here, okay, that's dropped quite a bit from what we were looking at up here, but 0 reviews capturing 550 sales, that's still really good. He hasn't needed a single review to get that. And then if we look down here, there's 6, and he's capturing 402. We see another really low one, 27, 299. So with our 20 reviews, now this one's like a little bit more scattered. Not everybody with the high amounts of reviews are sitting at the very top, right? But we're seeing that there's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sellers under 20 reviews that are capturing well over 500. We're seeing 1, 2 that are even capturing over 3,000. And then there's this one here that's 28. Now that's a little bit outside, a little bit above our 20 reviews, but still fairly similar number. So you can take that into account. And then right here, 10 capturing 1,300. So I would say with 20 reviews launching this product, you're definitely making 500 sales or more. So there you go. There's an example of a product that would be a really good one to launch if you can get 20 reviews on it, because those 20 reviews would capture you a really high amount of sales right away. And actually, I'd even say on this one, you can go quite a bit lower than 20 reviews. If you had 10 reviews or 5 reviews, if that's all you could get, this would be the type of data, this would be the type of product that you would want to find and launch. Because with those 5 or 10 reviews, you'd be capturing several hundred sales, maybe quite a bit more. And to prove how legit this actually is to you, this is actually a product that I helped someone launch, and that person is now doing over 60 units a day, and I actually made a video with him. His name's Patrick. You can check out that video. It's this one right here. I'll make it pop up again at the end of this video, but give that a click and listen to what he has to say. We go through some really cool things, and I mean, he's perfect proof that following these steps is exactly what helps you stay away from products that are too competitive and find ones that you'll be able to capture a really high amount of sales with a really low amount of reviews. And like I said at the beginning of the video, competition on Amazon is 99% about quantity of reviews. All the other stuff that you've heard that is competition on Amazon makes up 1%, okay? 99% is about quantity of reviews. Now let's talk about that 1%, because that 1% is also important, but nowhere near as important as reviews. So make sure and get reviews on your listing. Make sure and watch tomorrow's video for review strategy, how to get reviews. All right, so the other areas that matter when it comes to competition on Amazon. The first one, I believe, I'm gonna kind of put these together because they go hand in hand, is your keywording, your back-end keywording, and running pay-per-click campaigns. And the reason I say that those go hand in hand is because you can use pay-per-click campaigns to optimize your keywording. So they do go hand in hand. And your keywording is what's going to help you pop up in search results. And then PPC is also going to put you in front of more eyeballs and get you some more sales. Amazon's algorithm obviously accounts for sellers running pay-per-click on their listings. After that, but kind of with that, because if you're running PPC and like you're showing up in search results, this is also like one thing people immediately see, but it's your images. Images are a really great way to show customers like really high quality and show them that you have a good product. It's just a great way to show off. And then it's also a really good way to differentiate from your competition, especially if their images aren't very good. If their images aren't very good and you have really good images, that's going to help you out a lot. And then lastly, your titles, bullet points, and descriptions. You want to make sure you have keywords placed in there. You want to make sure that it reads well. You want to make sure that it's thorough and not too short. And that's kind of the last place that any competition will exist against other sellers that are selling the same product. All right, guys, I hope this one was helpful. I think it should be. This was kind of the main thing that I've seen where people are struggling. If it has been, drop a like, subscribe, catch tomorrow's video. All right, guys, peace.